So Jared,
What's up?
hey. So I was in St. Louis this past week.
Yeah.
Went to this little diner called Chili Mac's Diner.
I saw you post a story about this. It was great. Whatever was on the menu.
So the story in the menu, like the bottom of the menu, it says attitude free.
That's what I saw.
Yes.
That was great.
So that was good. But then also on the back of the menu, they have all these ways to order things.
Okay.
So first off, how do you think you order an English muffin? It says, give me an English muffin.
Okay.
How do you think you order that? What do you think you say?
So wait, so there's
a specific term that they want you to use to order, say, to be like, give me an English muffin.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to guess this. Is it like a phrase or is it one word?
Burn the British. We're just toasting an English muffin.
All right. Good. Yeah. Give me an example first. Okay. All right. I got you.
Okay. Black coffee. Yeah, you probably get this one's kind of wild. Draw one in the dark.
Oh yeah, definitely wouldn't have guessed that.
How about Dr. Pepper?
Let me see the doctor.
An MD. Give me an MD.
Give me MD. Okay.
How about no ice?
No ice. Give it to me straight or neat.
Hold the hail.
Hold the hail. I like that.
All right. How about coffee with the cream and sugar?
Give me something brown and sweet.
Close. A blonde with sand.
Okay, yeah.
All right. How about pancakes with maple syrup?
It's something Canadian, maybe.
Stack of Vermont.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to guess. These are very specific.
Yes. Jello. Nervous pudding.
That's good. That's great. I like that.
Give me a burger with lettuce and onion.
Lettuce and onion. Okay.
You're not gonna get this. Is burn one, take it through the garden, and pin a rose on it.
What? What?
All right, Franks and beans.
I go to like something British, but
Hounds on an island.
Oh, okay. I guess some more beans and toast would be more British.
Yeah.
What is this restaurant called?
Donuts. Just life preserver.
Okay, yeah. That's good.
Throw in the mud is add chocolate syrup. I should be doing that. That's what like wax. That's what I should read their terms. That maybe you can actually guess it from that. Wax.
Wax?
Yeah. American cheese.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
All right. Put out the lights and cry.
I have no idea.
An order of liver and onions.
Okay.
How about a white cow?
White cow. Ice cream?
A vanilla milkshake.
Vanilla milkshake. Okay.
How about Noah's boy on bread?
Uh, I don't know.
A ham sandwich.
Okay. These are
Paint a
These are
bow
interesting.
wow red.
paint a what?
A bow wow red.
I mean, that's got to be something hot dog, maybe.
Give me a hot dog with ketchup.
Oh, sure. Yeah, there you go.
How about cow paste?
Oh, I don't know.
Butter.
Okay. I was still thinking meat for that. Okay.
Frog sticks.
Frog sticks?
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
French fries.
Why is that frog? That doesn't make
I'm not
sense.
making them up. Houseboat.
I don't. Sunday? No.
Mm-hmm. Banana
Yeah?
split. Yep.
Banana split. Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, welcome back to Screen Time TV, a podcast where we discuss the latest shows that are streaming, most likely, not television, even though it's TV.
Yes. It
No
is
one
TV.
watches anything on traditional broadcast television anymore. Come on.
No, definitely not.
But and we just finished up Severance. We're going to go over a little bit of Q&A today, and but we skipped what we were watching because there was a finale, so we're gonna have a little bit of extended what we're watching, a little based or waste.
Yes.
But first, Jared, I got into all of this because I love podcasts. I now have the fear that this is my job to ruin them.
I know that quote.
Yes.
We will have one in common at least for
Yes.
our watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So for those you don't know, my name's Josh, and my co-host Jared is over here.
Hello. No quote from me.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a official show we're covering today. So.
No, but that actually there's a lot of good lines in the show you just referenced. Actually.
Yeah, and if you're not watching it, you should be.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it.
All right. So, let's next. We get into the feedback first, or
Yeah. So up front, we go ahead and say spoilers for season 2 of Severance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're gonna
There'll be
discussing some of the feedback people sent in.
yeah, and so there'll be timestamps so you can just skip
over
to the
them.
next one. We'll start with, we have 2 emails. So we will start with Chandra, and well, Martin has something to say in this as well. So, and if you want to write in feedback at screentimepod.com,
Yes. Yeah.
you usually say it. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Feedback at screentimepod.com.
yes. Or you can DM Josh or I.
Yeah.
Our Instagrams will be up there too. Or just write a comment on YouTube or something. All right. So from Chandra. Well, she said, first up, Martin says he was frustrated all season long, and the last episode was very satisfying. And that it confirms he's just going to wait till season 3 is out in its entirety and then binge it instead of going episode by episode like we did this season. I could not do that. That's
Me neither.
good on you if you can.
But and then I mean, of course, we do this as a podcast.
Yeah.
But like, even before we were doing the podcast, I enjoy watching a week to week show and
Me too.
being able to think about it. A good show that has like depth to it, like this, and be able to discuss it with friends, family.
Definitely.
And of course, now on a podcast. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I've always thought. Now, is there content that's not worth doing that with? Yeah, I mean, there's the mediocre stuff that's just like binge through it, and then it's like, yeah, but I feel like you savor. It's just like eating a good meal. Like you want to take those bites slow, savor them.
I think it depends on the show.
Yeah,
Like you said, because yeah, there's some that I definitely like talking about it with other people or on the pod every week. But there's some, like I'll have one on my list to talk about that I just waited and saved up several weeks of it because I think this show that I'll talk about a little bit later, really nice watching it that way. So some shows I just like to, sometimes I'll just let them store up a little bit, but I could not do that with Severance.
And of course, depending on the service, I mean, some services don't give you that option, so you got to wait. I mean, other ones like Netflix just drops everything, and so you can binge it right away if you want to.
Right, which, they're really the only ones that still do that.
I feel like most people have backed off of that. Though I have seen, like, I feel like Hulu sometimes still will do a mix, like certain things they'll drop everything and then
I think like Deli Boys was all at once, but that's like a very short comedy. I don't remember the last time someone other than Netflix, like a very serious drama, like released all.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's for Martin. Now for Chandra. She said, I laughed, I cried, I cheered, I yelled. It was amazing. And I was on the edge of my seat almost the entire time. All right. So she has just a couple things she wants to talk about specifically. So she said the painting was Carol in it, the refiner they mentioned in the first season that resigned/retired before Petey disappeared. I believe this is also the person that's referenced in the Lexington letter, which was that thing they put out like as an ebook, kind of like this. That was like more lore on season 1. I think she's mentioned in that too, but
yes. Yeah, I guess she wasn't in the painting. I didn't notice her.
No, I didn't see her. So she says also, what about the rest of O&D? Because I think it was supposed to contain everyone Annie Mark had ever interacted with, and they were missing. Yeah. Wait, but I guess he would have. We didn't see it, but he would have interacted with Carol. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then all the people. I mean, in season 1, where they actually go behind the door where they're making all the things, and there's a bunch of people in there. So he did interact with them, but
we didn't see. Yeah, we only saw from that department. What's her name? And Bert, like those two. I don't think we had anyone else from.
Yeah, well, I'm drawing a blank of her name.
Oh, indeed, I know. Me too.
I guess who was put in charge after Bert retired?
Yes, yeah, because Irving talks to her like closer to the end of the season. All right, so Chandra also said, really want to see what Irving was up to. Is he just still on a train? Who was he talking to on the phone? Which we also
brought up.
Yeah, that's one of the big questions. She said, I just miss him, I guess. And then she said, to my point of offering John Turturro and Christopher Walken the option to not return, they are also not young actors, so maybe writing in a way that if anything were to happen to them, they don't have to pull a Dumbledore switcheroo.
Let's hope that doesn't happen, though.
Yeah, no, that would be unfortunate. I don't think they would.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to miss, especially Irving's character, if they don't bring him back.
Oh, me too.
But I feel like they're going to have to bring him back. How do they not bring him back?
I mean, same with Christopher Walken. Or maybe they'll be back like season 4, maybe, not season 3. Come back like towards the end.
I mean, I love Bert as a character as well, but I think they could get by with not having him come back.
Yeah. John Turturro would be.
John Turturro, though, he's like, I mean, you got your main characters, and it's like the 4 people in MDR.
Yeah, he's one of the core 4. Yeah.
Yeah, the core 4. All
right. So Chandra also says, I didn't mind the Cobell episode, which is definitely the most divisive one of the season. Sure, it was slow and a little superfluous. It also humanized Harmony and showed how far-reaching Lumen's hands can stretch. That they are fine with child slave labor. Yeah. Set up the Wintertide story for Miss Huang to exit and left a bit to the imagination as to whether Harmony is anti or pro-Lumen still. Maybe everything she's doing is just a ploy to overthrow Jaime. That's a good point. Also, I could see that happening for sure.
Plotline for season 3.
Yeah, we don't really know where she stands.
Her motivations.
At the end of season 2.
Motivations for doing anything.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I still say you could drop that whole episode and it wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't change a thing.
I don't know if I completely agree, but there's definitely some stuff in it that really didn't matter.
Yeah.
But I still like
because I feel like I was already
stuff.
feeling sympathetic to her, the way they treated her.
Yeah.
And the way they treated her, and multiple times they kicked her out, and you could tell she was already wrestling with whether she was, gonna just go with the man, Lumen, or like kind of, because she, even that where she almost, she stops and yells at Mark, almost like the frustration of like she wants to tell him, but she knows she shouldn't, and then she just drives away. So anyway, I was already feeling all those feelings, and like seeing, because we talked about it, then I was like, they're setting it up where she'll kind of flip sides, and even was like thinking Milchek was borderline, though he never did by the end. But he did, did allow them to be a little bit more free to do things than he really wasn't cracking the whip.
I know you definitely are you're not into Harmony making or being the one responsible for the whole Severance thing.
That's a different.
Yes,
we're talking about the episode as a whole.
No, I know. Yeah,
and I mean, I did like the like going and getting the backstory, but it was slow. But I did like seeing that stuff. I like the factory and seeing that. Like I did like that.
Yeah.
The part that it really bothered me was that. Yeah. But also then overall making that such a big point, and then it not really mattering in the finale is kind of like, well, then what was the point? Right.
Yeah.
So
some interesting decisions made at the end of this season. It's like that was your biggest thing. I mentioned last week, one of my biggest things was episode 9, them not talking, all that stuff. Like just, they had the whole day and they just, anyway, but
yes.
All right. So a little more from Chandra's email. Dylan is the best of them all, Annie and Audi, especially Audi in thinking of his Annie as his own person, respecting his life and the contribution he provides to his Audi's existence too. Also, I saw recently where someone mentioned that the last time he had an embarrassing display of emotion, that Milkshake got bitten. So maybe Milchek wasn't just in a hurry, but also self-preserving in his running away. Okay. During the fight scene, let's see. Oh, she says, was no one else worried about Mark stroking out, or was it legit just me? Also, reintegration has already started. Won't it continue? At least with the flashes, I don't know. Just feel like that's going to be a big part of season 3. Yes, it will be.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they still didn't fully explain it, but they kind of implied that she had to keep doing the treatments to like get it to keep moving further. But also whatever she did to flood it, and since she did that, he had that like pass out moment, and then he woke up, and then he didn't have it. After that, we didn't see any flashes from Mark, Annie, or Allie. So I don't know what that flooding did, but also it didn't seem to make it go further. He didn't have memories or anything of Annie or Allie, so I don't know.
I don't either. I think they missed an opportunity to, like, even at the very end of the finale, to have at least like some glitches happening with him, or like some, more crossover that we saw and haven't seen in a while, him, seeing flashes of Annie or Audi.
Yeah, unless they just didn't want to confuse things and just kind of leaving it for season 3 to kind of explore that more, and just kind of was like, but yeah, it's hard to know, because again, maybe we didn't have it since the flooding in the brain.
Yeah.
And so, or the flushing, whatever she did. And so I don't know if, we don't know what that did.
Flooded the chip. Yeah.
So then but then it's like, obviously the chip's still working, because he could become an Annie and an Audi. So I don't know. We don't know.
It is funny though now, like in retrospect now, seeing, because we were really impressed like how early in the season. Mark was reintegrating, and then I was like, oh,
but it didn't really mean anything.
not really as impressive as it was when in the moment.
Well, then you're like, oh, it's a long process, evidently, and then it didn't really go anywhere. It basically got halted. So then in the end, he didn't get reintegrated at all in season 1 or 2. So,
all right. Well, thank you, Chandra, for writing in.
Yeah.
We have another email from our dude Kyle. Mm-hmm. So he's got a couple. Yeah, he's got a couple things he wants to talk about. All right, so a few questions. Yeah, did we really get an answer about the goats? The dialogue clearly suggests that multiple goats have been sacrificed, but if this is the first time someone has successfully completed all 25 files, why were the other goats sacrificed before? Could it be that a goat is sacrificed every time they finish with the testing floor subject, regardless of how far they make it, assuming they kill whoever was on the testing floor? I'm curious, do you think there's still more to uncover about the goats in future seasons?
So, I mean, right. So we don't know. I mean, maybe other people have gotten to 24, 25. I don't know. But because I can't imagine Gemma's the first person that was on the testing floor.
No, we talked about, I mean, Irving had to have been because
we imagine so, like whatever.
Painting,
yeah. So, but then I don't know how often they have to, like Kyle implies here, if someone even didn't make it as far, they probably still kill them because otherwise they would know too much.
Yeah.
So then are they sacrificing a goat to, I guess, justify it in their eyes as, still saving that soul or sending that soul to cure, so to speak.
Right.
And so then it's okay to kill them because it's for the greater good. I don't know. But it's still very cult-like activities.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it is. I think you're right. There's no way. I think the test subject just has to be killed.
Yeah.
At the end, regardless, because you don't want to just release them back into the world.
Which then Gemma is not, and she got out.
Yes. Which we don't
know how far she made it.
No,
but I can't imagine them having her get killed at the beginning.
No, that would be crazy. No, I hope that doesn't happen. No. Yeah.
So
I just hope she's a big part of the next season still.
Yeah. I mean, maybe bigger than she has been so far.
That'd be awesome. I think she's a fantastic actress.
Yeah.
All right. His other main point, has Lumen really thought through the end game here? We learned that Lumen's goal dating back to Kier is to rid the world of pain. Based on Gemma's experimentation, it seems like they ultimately want to mass produce the Severance chip so people can escape everyday suffering. Mm-hmm. But is this really a good idea? In episode 1, Helly assaulted Mark and then attempted to take her own life. Gemma also attacked Dr. Maurer and tried to break his fingers. Imagine if all severed consciousnesses were unleashed into the real world, forced to endure horrible situations on repeat. It seems inevitable they'd harm themselves or others. This makes me wonder if Lumen has a deeper, more sinister agenda, and I'm really intrigued to find out what it is.
Well, yeah. It's interesting thought experiment on what are the, like you said, or like Kyle said, what are the further consequences of, because we're already seeing the bad side effects, so to speak, of it several times, and it turn, you get violence and whatnot. Because if you so when an any is new, right? They're more like animalistic, right? Like they're going off instinct. So then if they're put in a dangerous situation, they're gonna almost defend themselves like animalistic. So
well, they're kids also. They don't really know better. Well, at that point when they're first
there's
severed.
Yeah. So then if you're in a situation that feels dangerous, you're gonna fight, and you're gonna fight and flight, right?
Yeah.
So think that's what we've seen happen kind of things a few times. And I think Kyle's onto something like that's probably would happen more often than.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, but then is that intentional? And do they want, people to be destroying themselves? And
I don't know, but definitely I agree with Kyle where like more than just like ridding the world of pain or whatever or suffering. It's like I definitely think there's more sinister end game to Lumen. Like there has to be. And I think also it's like James, I think said end of season 1, I want to say. He was telling Helena like one day the whole world will be Kier's children, so for sure, like regardless of what they do afterwards, like they want the whole world to be severed. And then from there it's like, I mean, at that point then it is complete mind control because we talked about how many protocols there is also. So then it's like,
yes,
they could do what they want with the whole world if everyone actually gets severed. But yeah, it's interesting. But and anyway, he just says, I'm really glad I found the pod. I've been loving the episodes. So thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, thanks
for
Kyle.
Checking us out, and thank you for writing in email. Keep them coming. Chandra also, thank you for writing in. Feedback at screentimepod.com if you want to email about, doesn't have to be about Severance, it can be about whatever. Maybe there's a show you're like, hey, you guys should check this out.
Yeah,
then let us know. So all right, that's it for feedback. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into what we've been watching. And as kind of alluded to at the beginning, this will be a little longer because we skipped it last week.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
how many items?
I don't know. 6,
so is
7.
that much? Okay.
Yeah. But let's
well, yeah, you go ahead then. I have 4.
Oh yeah, that's a lot for you.
It is. Yeah.
No, all right, so I've got, first off here is Dope Thief.
Okay, you did watch this.
I watched the first episode.
Yeah.
So this show follows longtime friends and delinquents who pose as DEA agents to rob a house in the countryside, but end up unintentionally revealing and unraveling the biggest hidden narcotics corridor on the eastern seaboard.
Yeah, what did you think of this?
I thought the first episode was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Ridley Scott?
Yeah,
for the first.
Yeah, directing the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, their dynamic's really good. The two main guys.
I just love, I mean, I've said it so much. I love Brian Tyree Henry. Like, I think he's one of the best actors right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's just his vibe. He's just hilarious in everything he does. And yeah, like he's the kind of guy I would just want to hang out with.
Right. So have you watched any more than the first episode?
No, just the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one I kind of want to save up a few and then check out. So at this point we got 4 episodes. So
yeah, probably a time to.
Yeah. I'll definitely watch it soon because I really like it too.
Yeah. So that's on Apple TV Plus, Dope Thief. And
how do you feel about it? I wanted to ask you this. We talked about this several times at this point, I want to say, and especially because another show we're going to talk about, do you think Apple is the best streaming service currently? Because I think they are at this point.
I think they've definitely at this point. I mean, they're just cranking out so many good stuff. They're just, it's crazy, and they're like the cheapest one too to pay for.
Yep. They also have the most capital though, to where they're
not worried about making money.
No, I saw something about they lose $1 billion.
Yeah,
did you see something about that recently?
Also,
but it's like they don't care. They're making way more than that.
There's
just
there's no way to prove that. That's just somebody
right.
making a guess because they haven't released any of that information.
No,
and because you can't even. I mean, and the other thing that they count, like they were counting how many people subscribe or something, and it's like the difference. There's a little bit of difference with the Apple one because the Apple TV Plus, like you subscribe as your, well, you can subscribe as like your family. And so many people probably do it with their little like one thing, right? The Apple One subscription thing, which includes your music and all that stuff. But with Severance, like they don't care where those 6 people are. So
No,
like
and
all
I
the
mean-
other services like try to crack down on like at households that's all living in the
Also,
same
you
house.
don't even. I'm guarantee there's plenty of people that just are like, oh yeah, I'll do this bundle Apple One, and they don't ever even watch anything.
Oh, maybe,
you know?
maybe.
I mean, it's the same with Amazon.
Yes.
Like everyone has Prime,
most
so they
likely.
can watch stuff, but
They
some
don't
of
always
them
watch
might-
stuff.
no.
Yeah. But they don't put out as much stuff, especially as quality stuff.
No, definitely not. But they would be the only other one has as much money
Right. Yes.
to be able to do it.
But yeah, it's pretty impressive the amount of content they get coming out and the quality of it
Yes,
is crazy.
there's plenty more already for this year that I'm very much looking forward to. I don't have it on my list, but I will finish Foundation finally soon. I'm kind of waiting because I know the new season is going to come out this year. We don't have a date,
Yeah.
but I want to kind of lead right into it. So definitely, that's next on my list. But
Yeah. All right, so that's Dope Thief on Apple TV Plus. I think thumbs up from both of us.
Oh, yeah.
Check
it's
check
great.
it out if you're thinking about it. Okay, next on my list, The Residence on Netflix. Inside the White House's staff's residence, and the lives the workers share with the first family. So it's interesting because that description doesn't really describe it very well. And
I don't really know what it's about, but this is definitely a Josh show.
what would you say that?
I don't
Do you
know the vibe
if
of
you
it.
don't know what the vibe was.
I know I'm familiar with it because I was going to maybe check it out, but I don't know
I
if
feel like it
will.
would be something you would like because
Really?
it's definitely it's like the murder like it's like a Columbo
like-
kind of show.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was thinking it was something else, so never mind.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll check
so
it
this is like there's all these
out. Or
it's-
like Knives Out.
yeah, it's
Okay.
it's like that. Like there's all these people for a state dinner at the White House, and
Okay.
someone in the upper room is murdered, and then this detective comes in, and of course, it ensues. I would say-
Hijinks ensue.
yeah, yeah. And everyone underestimates her, but she's
Right.
super smart. Now I will say, the first episode was very slow.
Okay.
And so I was kind of like, eh. And then I was like, I probably won't watch anymore. But then I was kind of looking online and it's got actually rated really well. And then a lot of people say, but it picks up and gets really good.
Okay.
So, and I like that. I like those kind of like the Knives Out, like those. I like those kind of shows and movies.
Yeah, me too.
So I was I was excited for this, and then when I watched the first episode, I was like, eh. But
So you
now
only
that I've heard
watched the
that,
first one?
yeah, and
Okay.
I wasn't good. I was until I saw then that it was rated pretty high. So I think I'm gonna go back and check out more. But
Okay.
that's The Residence on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll check it out then. I don't know why. I thought it was something different.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this is not. This
It's
is
not really
the-
a Josh show. Yeah, it's
well, I mean,
it is, but not like it's
not one of those that you're like, oh, it's not something you would watch.
Yes. Yeah.
But don't worry, I've got one of those on here.
I figured you did.
All right, what do you got? Like,
Yeah, I'll start with because my other 3 are TV shows, but I'll start with the movie that
Okay.
I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So, A Complete Unknown. Finally watched this.
oh, okay, yes,
I've been wanting to watch this.
Mhm.
It's on VOD now. So I want to say up front, I am not really a Bob Dylan fan. I don't really know much about his life. I've listened to his music plenty, but I'm not the biggest diehard fan of his. But this movie, though, I think this movie is wonderful, though. I would say Timothy Chalamet, so great as Bob Dylan. And I think it just further solidifies that I think Chalamet is one of the best young actors
Mm.
between this and obviously what he did in Dune and other things as well. And this is just, yeah, he definitely embodies Bob Dylan so well, especially for this time period. He learned how to play guitar. You know, he did all that. I saw an interview. He had a dialect coach and all that. Like he did a lot of work for this. So yeah, I think he's one of our best actors right now, like up and coming or younger. I would say that generation, but also Boyd Holbrook as Johnny Cash, which Johnny Cash is only in this very briefly, but incredible as Johnny Cash. I really like that actor anyway, but he just did awesome. I think it's interesting that this is, so I didn't think this was going to be the case, but this covers just a very small portion of his life. I thought it was going to be a little more of his musical career. It is 1961 in New York. Feels very real and faithful to the time period. All that is great too. I would say the word, it feels very tactile. Like it does, like you feels very lived into New York in the early 60s. But yeah, it's kind of more of just a small slice of life of his. Now, obviously this was a very pivotal time in his career, in the early 60s, but it's just, I think it's cool they focused on just this very small portion of his life, but it was really great. I liked it a lot. So
Cool.
there you go. That's on VOD, not streaming anymore.
It's streaming on Hulu.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay. Nice.
I was like, I think I saw it, and so I double checked, and yeah,
Nice, okay.
it's streaming on Hulu. All right. Next, I've got Adolescent.
I have this also
on Netflix. So this is when a 13-year-old is accused of the murder of his classmate, his family, therapist, and the detective in charge are all left asking what really happened.
Yeah, it's definitely how it starts. Yeah.
Yeah. So this show, I'll say it. So I appreciate the show at every level, but I also it's hard to watch.
Yeah, it is.
It's very intense, and it's like not the kind of thing I would want to watch.
Yeah.
And really ended up only watching it for the technical prowess of this. So for those who don't know,
that's the impressive part. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, this show, it's a miniseries on Netflix that's only 4 episodes, but each episode is done as all one take, and they don't use any cheats. No whips or something to do.
Wow.
Between it. They actually, and so you stage it and you plan it almost like you would a stage play where you,
right.
Just everyone has to do the whole thing as one thing.
So you really think they did it?
Oh no, I've watched several behind the scene
No
stuff
cuts.
on this. Yeah.
Wow.
No cuts.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
So
Do you watch all 4?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I've only watched the first one.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to watch anymore. I watched some,
Really?
because I went and watched behind the scenes of stuff of second episode and other things. And I'm like, I don't want to, I'm not here for that kind of content.
Yeah.
It's just so, but the technical achievement on this is fantastic and it's crazy. And it's also why it's so intense. Right? No cutting.
Oh yeah.
Makes you just feel and have to sit with everything that's happening, and you never get that relief, and it as definitely as a person who does editing and everything, what it does for a moment, but at the same time, you really feel it in the show, just how much a oneer does, which we'll get to talk about again.
Yes, we will. Yeah. It is it is amazing what they did in this. I will say though, I've been seeing a lot of just takes on this is the best show of the year. I wouldn't go that far.
No.
I don't think it is. Although I haven't watched the whole thing, so maybe it is at the end. But it is impressive what they did with this.
And the kid actor
Oh yeah,
is like he hadn't done anything, and he's fantastic.
that's crazy. So this is his first acting.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah. So you just too intense. You don't want to finish
yeah.
it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like it's definitely if it wasn't for the
Subject
technical
matter.
the technical stuff that they're doing, I wouldn't have watched it. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, it's just too. It's not. I don't want to be that like much. I mean, I have kids. I don't. Like it's just like it's hard to watch.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So you had this down as one of yours too.
Yes, I did. Yeah. So I have just two more things.
All right. Well, how about? Did you have the side quest?
Side quest? No, I didn't.
All right.
No, I haven't watched this yet.
The lives of the employees, players, and fans who are affected by the video game Mythic Quest is what this is a kind of a mini anthology series as a side quest to the show Mythic Quest.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the first episode of this. That's all I've watched. First episode was meh, but
Okay.
it was a little boring to me. But the still interested in watching the rest of them because again they're anthologies, so they're all going to feel a little different, be a little different stories. So
Yeah, I definitely
but I
want to
love
check
this idea and the concept,
Yeah.
and of course, being that Mythic Quest is based on a video game company developer, it's a neat way to do a kind of spin-off
Yeah, it is.
episodes. So thought that was clever.
Yeah, this is also on Apple.
Yes, this is Apple TV Plus.
And this this they released all at once, but it's just 4.
Yeah, many episodes.
I don't think are there an hour each?
No, I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think, but they're long. I think they're like 30, 40 minutes.
Okay.
Then speaking of Mythic Quest,
Yeah.
the season 4 finale.
So you watched all
So I
of
watched
season
that.
one?
Yeah, so I'm all caught up on season 4. Think it, still was a good episode, good season, good,
Okay.
good ending.
This one I saved till they all were out, and then I was going to watch it.
Okay. I won't talk anymore. We're just, they leave things in an interesting place, which they've done before.
Oh yeah,
Each season they
do that every season.
Yeah.
I did see that Charlie Day is in this season, which is awesome that they got him in it. I don't know what character he's playing or anything, but
Yeah, it's
it's cool he's getting other people from
Yeah.
It's Always Sunny, because
Yeah.
obviously the Rickety Cricket is one of our main people that's been in Mythic Quest the whole time. But yeah, it's cool that he's getting other people from Sunny on it.
Yeah. And then also just touch on Cobra Kai season 6 finale.
Okay.
Made it to the end. Think they landed the plane, and it's obviously
Nice.
some cheesy moments in there but it just kind of, that show's kind of cheesy anyway.
Yeah.
But I think
Fits with the 80s movies.
yeah,
of,
it fits, and it I think it was fun what they did a little bit to kind of I would say they definitely ended it where they finally buried the hatchet between the two main guys that and they kind of become friends by the last 2 seasons anyway, but then they would still have some little beefs that they would have to end up, especially what's his name is a little more hothead, and
Yeah.
the guy that it's
Not
more,
Ralph Macchio. the
more
other guy.
from the more Cobra Kai guy,
Yeah.
and so yeah, but they really kind of brought it to a good end, I think, and yeah, just great, honestly, solid. I mean, if you like it at all, solid 6 seasons of a show, and that's on Netflix as well. Cobra Kai,
Nice.
yeah. What else you got? What else you have besides the studio? You got anything else?
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk about my other one because my other one's the studio, which we can talk about in a
You'll do
little
it at the
bit.
end. Yeah.
So I wanted to mention The Pit again
Oh, yes.
because I think I talked about it just the very first week when it came out. And now that we are, I think there's only 2 more episodes left for this season. Kind of a longer season. I believe it's 15 episodes.
Wow. Yeah, so it's been running for a while.
Yeah, it has. And I talked about this when it first aired, but I really like how it's 1 hour through the actual day. So this is just one day at the
ER.
Yes. So the episodes are just named 7 a.m., 8 a.m., you know.
So they're going over 12 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're going to like 10 p.m. or something.
I don't remember what the first episode, I think, was like 6 a.m. So, yeah. And then they'll go from there. But I wanted to mention at this point now, because I saved, this is when I was talking about, I saved a few and kind of wanted to watch them in a row. And I think this show is really great for that. And I, now at this point, and even watching these last few especially, because this show has gotten stronger as it's gone, like even better, I think. And I'm completely hooked every time I watch the show now at this point. And the episodes are basically an hour long, just fly by at this point. Like
Nice.
it is. And I think at this point, it's not only the most realistic hospital show, but I think it's definitely the best that I've seen of any of these type of shows. And yeah, I'm just hooked every time I watch it. Like it's not one of these phones that I'm like, or one of these shows that I'm checking my phone, like, you know, all that. Like I am locked into it. So it is awesome. I think you still haven't watched this, right? I don't know if you want to watch it, but
No, I do. I had it on my list since before it came out. I just
well, now you have pretty much almost the whole season, but it starts strong anyway. But as it goes, especially these last couple, most recent, it's just like, it is crazy what they're doing with the show. And it is just gets even better every episode. I think it's really great. And that's on HBO or Max. Yeah.
the one to watch.
The
for
one
each
to
week.
watch. Yes, that's right.
So then I got one more before we get into actually two little things. Well, so the movie, picture this. Pia, a struggling photographer, receives a prediction. True love awaits in her next 5 dates. With her sister's wedding looming and her family playing matchmaker, her ex reappears, throwing her love life into chaos.
Okay, you're right. This is the Josh one. I don't
This is
think
on
I've heard
Amazon.
of this.
This is on Amazon.
It's Amazon like movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't heard of this.
Yeah. This was actually, kind of funny. Like it was like, it's definitely the romantic comedy kind of thing. But yeah, it had some funny moments and obviously some cheesy, predictable stuff. But like,
who's in it? Cast wise, is there?
I honestly wouldn't know their names. I only think the main lady that's the photographer is the same actress that was in season 2 of Bridgerton.
Which person in Bridgerton?
Like the main lady.
The main lady. Okay.
Yeah, the main lady for season 2. And then her mom's played by somebody that looks familiar, but I don't really know the actress's name. And I didn't look it up beforehand. But yeah, I mean, it's funny. There's funny moments. It's entertaining. But
it's so interesting that you watch like all these that come on, like these rom-com.
It's in reality
like streaming original movies. Yeah.
It's just like with any of this, even a comedy. It's just like anything like that. It's like when it hits good, it's good. Like the was the podcast one that was on Netflix that
Nobody Wants This.
Nobody Wants This. Like that was fantastic. And then so like when you find one, it's just they're not as they can be pretty cheesy as well and like mediocre. So like you just watch them and then I just do other things while I'm watching. And I normally don't watch them like intensely. You watch it and you're like, I'm on my computer doing other stuff too. But and that's why it's nice to have that kind of stuff. Cause some stuff you're like, I have other things I want to do, but it's nice to put something in the background that you only have to pay attention. Anyway, that's picture this on Amazon. Not half bad.
I throw in Seinfeld anytime I want to do that, just because I've seen it so many times,
So
and it's just a good vibe.
yeah, it is a good vibe. I don't know. Like I feel like there's something about watching something I haven't seen feels different than like. Because the problem is like Seinfeld, I would get sucked in too much. And
Yeah, that is
wouldn't
true.
get work done.
No matter how many times you see it, you're still just
And then one little for the Severance fans out there, on Apple's YouTube channel, not the Apple TV Plus, Apple's YouTube channel, there's a whole behind the scenes editing of Severance. And
Yeah, I saw this.
did you watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
good.
this was sick.
It was cool to see their process and
What
talk
were
to
they
the editors.
using? What was the? Because it didn't look like Final Cut.
Oh no, they were editing in DaVinci.
DaVinci. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the other.
That's right. You said for those kind of things, normally
No, I mean, if
not many people use Final Cut for that type of.
maybe, I mean, it depends.
Okay.
It's more of like, I mean, really, you should be using DaVinci or Final Cut. Like, if you're still using Premiere, you're missed. You're just holding
That was
on
the
to.
inferior one.
You're just holding on for nostalgic reasons because it
Okay.
sucks so bad.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's terrible compared to DaVinci or Final Cut Pro. It's terrible.
And I'm sure they update it all the time, but it's still
They do
not good.
Oh no. No.
Adobe's pretty good otherwise, though, so that's surprising that.
Hmm.
No,
I mean,
I guess I don't use much Adobe, and I haven't in a long time. So maybe at this point, all their stuff's just like, you can do it better elsewhere.
pretty
this
much.
point, yeah.
I mean, it's
Even
like
Photoshop.
Photoshop's
right?
so entrenched. You got to use it.
Right.
Illustrator. So I mean, they're entrenched, but in reality, those softwares, like, they're just because they force you to subscribe. There's no way to just buy it anymore. So then they're not forced to really. So then they're not forced to really make it better, but they're forced to make it seem like they're adding more things all the time. So you keep subscribing. So then it just becomes this crappy piece of software.
Okay.
Anyway.
I also, just because you mentioned that, the final episode of the official podcast, I love that they got SZA
Oh yeah,
as a guest because I mean I love her as an artist, as a musician, but I didn't realize she was like a super fan, and I do remember the music video she did where she had Ben Stiller in it, which was really cool. But yeah, I just love that she's a super fan of Severance.
That episode was great because also getting Dan Erickson on there again to kind of wrap things up because I think he was on the very first one.
Yeah, he was.
And then also they had those guests from the other podcast.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that.
I'm not, but like the fact that there's a Severance podcast out there with two neuroscientists, like discussing stuff, like that's
cool.
fantastic. And it made me like think, oh, I should check that out because I
Definitely,
would love to hear their perspective on just all the stuff that's going on
next season. If you're listening or watching, Ben Stiller and Adam Scott, you can come on our podcast.
Yeah, we'll come on yours.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what they did with that.
Yeah.
All right. So now, saving the best for last. The Studio on Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
2 episodes dropped on Wednesday. Well, yeah.
Tuesday. I watched it Tuesday night, but you don't.
Yeah, because it's like at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night on East Coast time.
It's always 9 for all these, whether it's Tuesday or Thursday. That's when they always drop them, 9 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah.
The official page doesn't say that. It says Wednesdays or Fridays.
It does, but it is. That's when it goes up.
Because it goes up on Wednesday, like Greenwich time or something, which then ends up being 9 o'clock East Coast time or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get it a little early.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you're on the West Coast, you get it even earlier.
Right. Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. It'd be
is it 6?
It'd be 6 p.m. I guess.
Dang.
I don't know. I'd assume unless they do some kind of eventually forcing it to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, The Studio. It follows a legacy Hollywood movie studio striving to survive in a world where it's increasingly difficult for art and business to live together.
Yep.
So
I was really looking forward to this anyway.
Yeah, same. And it did not disappoint.
Yeah.
These first 2 episodes were fantastic. The first episode was great. funny.
Yeah, I love the show already.
Yeah, same. And then the second episode being called The Oner, and then it's like
About a Oner.
So, but then they did it as a Oner.
Yes.
And that's so like
it
meta
cool.
and so great. But it also speaks to, like we were talking about a little bit with adolescence, but in this case, they do it for more the, like it's still intensity, but the intensity of like the awkwardness of the studio head being on set and like all the mess he creates because no one really wants him there, but they're all kissing his butt because he's the boss.
Yes.
And that's hilarious. And Seth Rogen is fantastic.
Yeah, he's awesome
in this show, who also like produces or directs and wrote produces it or whatever with a few other people.
I think it's cool that he's basically just playing himself too. Cause like, I know he really feels like this, like, you know, the art of films and trying to, you know, get kind of what we don't really have as much anymore in Hollywood, and getting like the older Hollywood type of feel to films back. I love how it was just because it's so honest and true with like the state of Hollywood right now. And like the whole Kool-Aid thing was just like,
yeah,
like it makes so much sense that they would do that.
Little spoilers.
Oh, we don't have to get into it, but
I want to get into it.
Okay.
Like little spoilers for this episode. So if you just skip ahead like a few seconds or a few,
we'll do Base or Waste soon. Yeah.
But yeah, the fact they got Martin Scorsese,
crazy,
so fantastic. And then the way they brought that all together with like the Kool-Aid, and then he tries to get him the degree to make the movie called
Jonestown Massacre
as Kool-Aid, and then having to lie his way out of it, and still ended up making like the real studio like blockbuster Kool-Aid movie.
Yep.
And then having to confront Scorsese and tell him, I just bought your script for 10 million so I could
to kill it. Yeah, it's crazy. And he does it at Charlize's party. And then she's like, get out. Yeah, so good.
Which is also funny because they literally got her there for 10 seconds to walk up and then
probably was at her house. Like it looks like it was she probably just went to her house and filmed it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he runs into Steve Buscemi, which is great.
He thinks the film's still happening.
Yep. And it's just so honest because it's like everyone says his name differently. No one gets his name right.
Yes.
I love that Bryan Cranston is the
studio head, or the owner of the studio or something. Because Seth Rogen is the studio head,
right? Because the job he
took from is the studio head. So he's like, I guess, the parent company that owns the studio or something, and he's the head of that. Bryan Cranston's great.
And he's playing just the very stereotypical type of.
And then Catherine Hahn as the marketing person.
Catherine Hahn,
is hilarious.
Oh yeah,
she's just
especially
unhinged.
What she's wearing is just
and what
ridiculous.
She says, how she pronounces everything.
Yeah, it's Catherine Hahn, and then Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah,
also is great. As this is who he replaced, right?
Yeah, she lost her job, but he basically goes and consulted because they were friends, and then she's kind of he ends up hiring her to be a producer or something.
Yeah,
it's so good, and you're right. It's so authentic to like how fake and everyone is, and like to like other people's faces, and then but yet smile and nod and like yeah, and then they're like just behind their back like talking trash about you.
I mean, but it's also just Hollywood right now. Like it's very true to how Hollywood is right now with IP and how they're trying to do. It's just I even the way the first episode starts is amazing because it's just like they're doing this scene. Paul Dano's in it. And it's just like, it is this kind of just ridiculous, like action popcorn movie that is probably not good. Doesn't look like it's good and cheesy. But I mean, they make a lot of those right now. And I love that this plays to Seth Rogen's character so well, where he's just like, oh, I love the movie you directed to Paul Dano, and he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like,
Hmm.
he's all about the actual craft and art of filming, and also, yeah, it just talking about like all the old best movies were made by horrible people, and it's like, well,
Hmm.
they made some of the best films though. Like, there's no arguing that, which is just a funny line, but.
Hmm. Yeah, there's so many good layers.
Yeah.
The writing is fantastic in this, and
It is.
yeah, actually, talking about it this much, I need to rewatch it already. Like,
Yeah, this is one of those that I kind of want to rewatch already.
yeah,
Because I was like, man, I wish, like Severance, like I'm going to be there, like looking forward to it every week.
yeah. There's just so many layers in the dialogue. I feel like there's probably stuff I
It's
missed.
definitely missed stuff. Yeah, I'm sure that if you went back, yeah.
And I love the note for the cigarette, and then
Yeah.
and just all the little things in that where they're like, don't let her talk to him because she's going to try to get him to take the corporate jet, and
Yeah.
then that'll take more time because they're trying to get this oneer done before the sun goes down. They lose light.
This is also the kind of show that like I appreciate, but you appreciate even more because of stuff like that, where it's you do that and you're like, all right, we have enough time to do this before we lose the light and all that, and you have this small window of time to do it. And I mean, it's impressive also that by the end of that second episode, when they're driving out of there, like it is
Dark.
nighttime. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you think they got it? It was so good.
And then he gets the call. It was great because they like hold on it for so long.
Yes.
I was like, why are they holding? Why are they holding? He gets the call. They're like, crap.
Yeah.
They didn't get it the shot.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. And I mean, also for his character, also it makes so much sense. Like when he's not working, he's at home watching Goodfellas. Like that makes so much sense. Like just him and his boy watching
It's
Goodfellas.
also funny after they were watching Goodfellas right after they tanked Scorsese's.
Yeah.
And because Steve was saying, she's like, this was like his last film.
Mm-hmm.
This is good. I mean, he was like, it's so great. You're going to do that. And they just,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Everyone check it out. It's even if you're not huge into like the Hollywood industry,
mm-hmm.
I think you'll still like it.
Yeah, still funny.
Yeah, it's still funny.
Still great.
Yeah.
Just thought we would touch on a few things we're looking forward to in April.
Oh, you want to do that? Yeah.
Before we get into Baser Ways. So April, we've got Black Mirror season 7.
Yes, that's right. I saw that they just finally did a trailer for this.
April 10th. So I'm looking forward to that. And I know you are too.
Oh yeah.
Hack season 4 on Max is also April 10th. I'm looking forward to that. And then April 13th or April 11th, we got Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV Plus with John Hamm. This looks fantastic.
So we were just talking about, there's still a lot of good Apple stuff coming out this year.
Then we got The Last of Us season 2 on April 13th on Max.
Which we will be covering on here.
Which is, what we're planning on covering week to week. Then we have Andor on April 22nd on Disney Plus. Also one that very, very looking forward to.
Yeah, me too.
That's all I got for April. Anything I missed?
For April, I mean, you pretty much said them all. The only other one is, which is a show that I've talked about a lot on this pod, but Godfather of Harlem is coming back also in April. I'm glad they're continuing with the show because it was on Epix or just a channel it's MGM now that like no one subscribes to, but you can watch it way easier now on through Amazon or Apple. But also they put out all the older or the first season at least on Hulu, I want to say. So it's getting more people into it. But it's such a great, like very true to the 60s time period show, and the cast is great. Like it's a crazy cast. Forrest Whitaker, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh geez,
it's crazy. Yeah, but like not many people watch it. I don't know why. It's really good.
I did forget one. We have the final season of You on Netflix coming April 24th.
Okay,
which I know you don't really watch that one, but I know I really like that show, and it's a popular show, and I think I'm looking forward to the final season of that.
Yeah. I also want to say for The Last of Us, since we're going to be covering it, it'll be interesting because I've played the games also, so I think this will be good coverage because we'll have two different perspectives. Like you are just familiar with the show,
Correct. Never played the games.
yeah. So I think it'll be good conversation for this new season because they're now covering the second game for season 2.
It's part of a second game, yeah.
Oh yeah, not the whole thing for sure, but yeah, so that'll be interesting. But
All right. So then it's time.
It's time for Based or Waste.
welcome back to Based or Waste. We had an off week, so I know you guys have been just salivating for another installment of Based or Waste. This is the internet game show on going off of Rotten Tomatoes. We check what's trending, TV shows or movies, and we look at the audience score. And I'm going to have 10 of them that I pick that Josh is going to guess if they're good or bad, if they're based or waste, based on the audience score, not the critics.
Right.
Although the audience has been kind of whack with some of these recently, I do want to mention that. It is strange. And even some of these I think will be kind of interesting.
I mean,
yeah.
Just look at the presidencies every 4 years. Can't trust the audience.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's so some of these even, I don't know, they might be harder or surprising, but that we are on to films.
I say, yeah, which one are we on?
Yes,
I can't
we're on to
remember because it's been 2 weeks.
Yep. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's
Okay.
do this.
I don't remember, since we had an off week. I don't remember what you got last time, score
Yeah,
wise.
it was 10. I'm sure it was 10.
Yeah, right. I think you did do better though than
Probably
there was
7.
a
I feel-
while. Yeah, because
I was
you were
doing
getting
like
6 or
6s
5.
for a while. I don't know. Did I get 5? I feel like it was
I think you did 1 week, but I think average 6.
6. 6
and
is
then
more.
7,
I was
yeah.
like just getting D's.
Yes.
D's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you an easy one to start though.
All right.
Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
Oh, yeah. This has got to be based.
Yes. 91. It's interesting. This one was, I don't think I have anything else in here that's Marvel related, but that one's trending right now. Okay. Yeah, that's a 91.
That reminds me. Did you see Henry Cavill
What about him?
playing Wolverine?
Well, I mean, he did in Deadpool and Wolverine, but he actually is going to be?
And that's the rumor for Doomsday.
Wow.
Avengers Doomsday.
I did not see that. That's awesome, though. I mean, I saw the cast reveal, but yeah, I didn't know about Henry Cavill. That's sick. I hope they get Charlie Cox, Daredevil. Get him into the movies. I mean, he did. He was in it very briefly in the Spider-Man movie, but I think he should bring it back in. All right. Next one is Assassin's Creed. Do you remember this movie?
No.
Based on the game. I don't know why it's trending right now.
Because the new game came out?
Oh, yeah, that's probably why. Michael Fassbender.
I'm going to say this has got to be waste.
Yes, it is. It's
Okay.
a 42. I never watched it because I knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah, it's one of the,
It sucks that he's in it, though, because he's such a great actor. But yeah. All right. This next one is Borderline. So I was not familiar with this movie, but I checked it out. Or, well, I looked it up. I haven't watched it yet. But I'm interested in it now because the main actor is Jack Nicholson's son. And he looks identical to him when he was young. And he does some of the same faces. His voice is different, but he does some of the same
interesting
faces as his father. So I'm not sure what this movie's about, though, but
I mean, this is a shot in the dark because I don't know anything about this other than what you just told me.
okay.
We'll say based.
Yes. 70. Okay. This next one we might have done, but Moana 2.
Based.
Yeah, see, I would think it's waste, but no, it's based. 86. I mean, did you watch this? Is it good?
I haven't watched it now.
I can't.
But I know that it was.
I can't think this is
It
good.
did good in the theater, so
Right.
it ran for a while. Same with Mufasa.
That's got to be bad, also. Like,
but I'm sure the audience score is good.
yeah, it's 86.
They made money. They made money.
Yeah. Well, they make money no matter what, for sure.
Well, I mean, if a movie makes money, be like in the theaters for a while, and breaks into money, then the audience score is going to be high.
Yeah.
The critic score might not be, but the audience score.
Right. All right. This one I believe we already did, but I wanted to revisit it because it changed actually a decent amount. The score, The Monkey, which I want to watch now after you told me who directed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's because it was on VOD. No, I think it just came out on VOD, so that's why it's trending
again. Let's say based.
No, it's a waste. 57, kind of on the line. I still want to watch it though. Also, Adam Scott's in it. Didn't realize that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's actually doing some other stuff besides Severance.
He's got.
I haven't seen him in anything else recently, like very recently.
No.
All right. Halfway through now.
Was it Party Down? Parks and Rec?
That's right. He did do the final Party Down season. That was semi recently.
Came
right?
back, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was originally in the show. So.
Yeah, I just mean recently. Like, I don't think he's been in much besides Severance. All right, next is Novocaine. Jack Quaid movie. Do you know what this is at least? No?
No.
I don't really know much about it. I just know he can't feel pain. I'm sure he can feel emotional pain, but he can't feel physical pain is the premise.
Okay. Just say based.
Yeah, 85.
Well,
he's getting pretty big since The Boys, obviously. Like, he's been in a lot of other stuff now.
mm-hmm.
All right. This next one I really want to see. I'm hoping I don't think it's going to stay in theaters that long. Black Bag. Speaking of Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett, this is the other Soderbergh movie. So he's already put out 2 movies this year. Crazy. Have you seen the trailer for this or anything?
No.
No?
No.
This looks sick. But I don't know. Does the audience think it's
so.
sick?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll say based.
Yeah, 70. Soderbergh's really hit or miss now because his other movie, Presence, we did on Base for Waste and it was a waste. Which is unfortunate. All right, doing well. Let's see how you last 3. This movie is called Ash. I only know about this because Isa Gonzalez is in this, and I like her a lot. She was also in. She was in something else recently too.
Recently,
I think she was the one that was with Skarsgård in the beginning of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
That was what she was in recently also.
Well, that was like a cameo. That wasn't like
no. But no, she was in something else, like an actual show too. But this is like a sci-fi movie. Looks sci-fi. I don't know though. There's no one else in it. I don't think that I recognize. Just her.
Let's say based.
No. Waste. 57. Right on the line also. Which sucks. I still want to check it out though. All right. The Alto Nights. Have you heard of this?
No.
Really? Okay. I mean, I try to pick ones you might at least know, like, and ones we haven't covered already.
Right.
This is a Robert De Niro movie. Barry Levinson, I believe, is the director. I don't know. Oh, I think I saw the trailer. He's playing two different people.
Mm.
Robert De Niro. Not sure what it's about though.
Let's say based.
Yes, 71.
All right. People like De Niro.
Yeah, but Zero Day wasn't that great though.
No.
Did you ever check it out?
No.
Yeah, it's not great. I watched the first episode and I was like, yeah, I'm not coming back. All right, this final one's going to be interesting. Because this movie is just divisive anyways. Snow White. The new Snow White movie that just came out.
Oh, okay.
It's tricky.
Yeah, well, it's tricky because it's...
Audience, though, not critics.
I know. No, I know. Well, critics would be waste. I know that. There's no way the critics like I'm sure. But the audience, but then you have like people revolting because if...
Right. Critics sometimes, though, are like, do the opposite, though, where they're like...
They applaud.
Because I thought the critics would be like, oh, this movie's amazing. But I don't know. You think they would be a waste for critics?
I think so.
Okay. What about audience?
Yeah, audience is a tricky one for this.
Yeah, it is. And I just checked this one in real time, like this morning, because I want to make sure, because this probably changes a lot. This one will.
I'm going to say, let's say waste.
No, it is based right now. It is a 74, which is very surprising.
Oof.
Currently, that's where it's at. Yeah. Doesn't look like a good movie, though.
No.
But yeah. Okay, 7.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not good either, though.
Yeah. Your strong suit has been films recently, but
Yeah,
I don't know. But we'll be back to TV next week. Thank you for playing, Josh. Pretty good job. Also, you're getting a higher average now, which is good. Play along at home, everyone too. Let us know how you did.
Yeah.
And that has been Based or Waste. Tune in next week.
All right. So, so next week, I think we're going to, maybe discuss White Lotus season 3? Because it'll wrap.
Yeah, that will be... will it be finished?
It's finishing up this Sunday, right?
Oh, is it?
I think that's...
I thought it had 2 weeks.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I know it will be the week before Last of Us starts. So... Oh, from the time of this pod, when you're listening to this, it will be that upcoming Sunday. Yes, You're right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking of like not this Sunday that we're recording, but yes, that. So yeah, we could definitely.
Yeah. Just to do a little discussion about this season 3.
Probably have a decent amount of stuff we've been watching too, but yeah, we can talk about White Lotus for sure.
Yep, April 6th. Yeah, final episode, episode 8.
Cool. Yeah, so we do that, and then we'll go into Last of Us. A lot of good. Man, even in April, but even after that too. Like as the time of us recording, like there is another show that is just about to come out. Well, tomorrow at the time of recording this, that I've been looking forward to. And it's a show with Tom Hardy in it, which is just crazy. And Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Helen Mirren, like crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's Guy Ritchie is involved.
Yeah.
Looks sick, Mobland. But I'll talk about that probably next time. But yeah, a lot of good shows coming out. So.
Yeah. So, let us know. Like we said earlier, write in, even if there's something we should check out that we don't discuss or hadn't mentioned.
Yeah.
Of course, any feedback still, Severance, as your people are finishing up, or anything else you'd like to send or let us know or ask questions about, feel free.
Yeah.
You can email at feedback@screentimepod.com, or you can send a comment or DM. You can like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Please do that. And you can follow us on all the socials at screentimepod.com or at screentimepod. On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and
If you'd like, you can follow each of us individually. I'm at Jay Youngbar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right. Catch you guys next time.